Hi, my name is Mary, and I worked with MedSchoolCoach during the 2015 to 2016 application cycle. I chose to work with MedSchoolCoach after doing a decent amount of research into the different application advising services there are out there, because I felt that MedSchoolCoach was one of the only ones where you actually get support from the beginning of the process to the end of the process, not just on essays, but later on you get support with your secondaries and also preparing for interviews through to the end of the cycle. I was also particularly impressed with MedSchoolCoach's interest in learning about my own strengths and pairing me with someone who was personally interested and had some experience in that background. For example, I took 2 years off between undergrad and med school to work at a healthcare consulting firm, and MedSchoolCoach paired me up with an advisor who had done both an MD and an MBA. So that advisor was particularly interested in what I was doing, working in the consulting realm, and was really knowledgeable about how to sort of display that strength on my end, or that experience. So that was something that was really important to me when I ended up choosing to work with MedSchoolCoach. In the end, I chose to sign up for the Silver Complete package so that I could have help, as I mentioned before, throughout the entire application cycle. And I was really, really happy with all of the help and support that I received. I went in mostly focused on trying to get a balanced school list. So I was really overwhelmed by all the schools out there, and I didn't know how to distinguish between them. So that was my main goal, was to have a list that was going to be balanced sort of between the most competitive schools, but have a healthy balance with schools where I might be a little bit more competitive. And I also wanted help with secondaries because I was very overwhelmed by how many I knew I was going to be facing. In the end, I ended up getting help not just in those areas, but I was really pleased with my advisor's interest in my job that I mentioned, working in the healthcare consulting field. I didn't think that was a particularly interesting thing to talk about, but after discussing it with my advisor, I realized that was one of my more unique experiences coming in, and so I ended up putting a lot more focus and attention into that part of my application, which I believe really, really helped me as I was applying. I was really, really happy with the services I received. I felt that I was supported the entire way through, and in the end, I was offered a number of interviews and ended up being accepted early on to one of my in-state schools here in California. So I actually didn't even complete all my interviews because I had already been accepted somewhere that I absolutely loved, and I was able to just stop early and enjoy the rest of my year. So I never thought that I would have such a positive experience with the application cycle. And I know that just that extra edge of having MedSchoolCoach there to support me, and as I mentioned before, just to highlight the unique aspects of my application, I know that was really what helped me be confident in my applications and in my interviews. So I would absolutely recommend that anyone considers using MedSchoolCoach, no matter if you're in school or if you've taken a few years off like I did. I think that they work with your specific interests and your strengths and help you put forward an application that focuses on the unique aspects of your experiences and helps you find schools that you can be excited about going to.